All right, everybody, hello. I'm getting my Facebook Live ready, and it's like pooping out at me here. All right, hang on, Facebook world. Hello, everyone that's live in person, like the flesh in front of me that I'm not looking at yet because I'm having technical difficulties. I will fix this. Hang on, you guys have to wait. Okay, so today is our intro to oils. But for those of you that have had oils for a while, like I still have talked to people and get tips in different ways people use oils way differently than I do. So it's always fun to get little tidbits from others. And for those of you that it's your first class, welcome. For those that are seasoned members, welcome. We have Heike presenting. Heike, how long have you been in Young Living?
Since 2002.
2002. And are you a silver? You're a silver. We have Heike as a silver. So she has lots of good tips that you might not have thought of before. And here we go. Are we ready to rock?
We're ready to.
All right. So ignore me as I'm squatting right here. Heike?
Does anybody need some paper, you guys? I'm just going to pass these down, and if you need some.
Let's talk more later.
Okay, we are ready to roll. Have you guys ever heard of the book, We're Going on a Bear Hunt? It's one of my favorite books to read to my grandkids, and there's a part in there, we can't go over it and we can't go under it, we got to go through it. And I thought about that all day today. I thought, I wonder which 5 people will go through it today and come to the class tonight, go through the snow. And I'm so amazed that so many of you came. We started out with 3 tables, I think, and 4, and we said, well, that's probably enough. And so you guys are the diehards. Thank you so much for coming. And my name is Heike. Happy New Year to you guys. How many of you made New Year's resolutions? Awesome. That's great, because you know what? It's good to have your solutions every day, and I trust that we have new things going on every day that we try to improve in, so we don't even wait for the new year. We just do it every day. So I welcome you. I'm excited to do this class. We're going to talk about essential oil basics, and then we're also going to talk about tips and tricks. So I hope that no matter where you are if you're just beginning or if you've done essential oils for a long time, that you will learn something tonight. And I always have my notes because I can't remember everything I'm supposed to say, and I get sidetracked, and so this helps me to stay on track a little bit. I love to do these classes. We all do. We do them as a team, and we love to encourage you guys to grow in your knowledge about wellness, and we also love to hear from you guys. We always learn from you guys as well, so we love to do these on a monthly basis. Let's see. I'm doing a PowerPoint, so this should be interesting. So welcome. It happened to me. And what that means, I'm just going to tell you my story quickly. I already said I started with the Young Living Oils in 2002. And like most people, I started with thieves. Who else here started with thieves? There's a few of us that knew that oil and love it and use it still. And so that's the oil I started out with. And I did a lot of research and dabbled in trying different oils. And through the years, I kind of more and more realized that quality plays just a huge part in how effective the oils are. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Excuse me. And I love sharing this information. And if you, Teresa's making me laugh right now. I don't know what she's doing. But hi. We are moving on to the next. I'm going to put a shameless plug in for Germany because I am from Germany, and I thought let's show you guys some pictures. This is the area where I'm from in Germany, except Schloss Neuschwanstein up here. It's maybe 4 hours away from where I'm from, but that just had to go in there because. So this is the area where I'm from. This is what it looked like. I grew up in nature. I still love nature. I love God's creation. I'm happy when I'm out there. And I grew up with spending a lot of time with my grandma. She would take me on walks in the meadows, and we would pick herbs, and she would teach me how to use them and what to use them for. And I just soaked all that up. I absolutely loved it. So when I smell the oils, it brings a lot of those memories back. Just that nature pure, and just plugging into that again, the memories I have of that. So how many of you have been to Germany? Whoa, really? I want to talk with all of you after. That's awesome. So we will move on to the next PowerPoint. And I wanted to say that everybody is different. What we talk about tonight, it's really what is fun about the essential oils, that you can play with them. You find out that, you know, the oil that your friend loves best, you might like not as much. And that's the beauty of it, that you can customize it, you can make them your own. So I encourage you to do that. And also know that I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm talking about personal experience, and take notes if you'd like. I would love that. And we will move on to the Seed to Seal, you guys. And how many of you have been asked what essential oils are? Yeah. How many of you have asked the questions what essential oils are? Or are asking it tonight, what in the world are essential oils? So we're going to talk about that first. And the three words that come to my mind when I talk about essential oils, you guys, are that they're potent. Essential oils are very potent. They can be 100 to 10,000 times more potent than a dried herb. So that is very, very potent. That's why we say when you use essential oils, use them sparingly. More is not better with essential oils. And then the second word is they're volatile. So they change very quickly from a liquid to a gas form, and that's why your body can absorb them so quickly. So they're volatile. And then the next one is that they are versatile. And they have so many uses. We're just gonna scratch the surface tonight, and the more research you do, and if you are nerdy like I am and you start diving into researching them, you find out that they have so many uses, it's incredible. And you will notice my German accent every once in a while, so. The essential oils are stored in many different parts of the plant. They can come from the leaves, the blossoms, the rind, the roots, so they can come from all different parts of the plant. And the Seed to Seal that Young Living has, no other company has, you guys. And that means that they guarantee everything that is going on with the essential oil from the seed when it's planted in the ground, actually already from the ground. They pay incredible attention to the soil, all the way up till the seal gets put on that bottle. And that is very, very important to me, because most people want to buy from a company that they can trust. They have farms all over the world, Young Living does, and they started actually out on a tiny farm in Spokane, Washington, 20-some years ago. Young Living has been around for over 20 years. And they, like I said, they pay really close attention to every detail, and they have a ton of research behind every oil, which is so comforting to me. And for instance, if I am looking for an oil that will support my digestive system, I would have to go online or go to the library and start doing research what oils are supportive to the digestive system. And then it would be up to me to look through hundreds of oils and try to find the best one. The beauty of it is that Young Living has already done that work for us. We don't have to do the research. We don't have to research companies. We have everything already at our fingertips because they have the research to back everything up. So I can go in there and trust what they have put together and order an oil that is supportive to my digestive system, because I don't know about you, but I don't have hours and hours of time to research something like that. So we have farms all over. I already said that. They are, the distilleries are usually with the farm, so they can distill the material right there. So that means they don't have to ship the material all over the place, and the material might get wilted or sit around for a long time. That will never happen with Young Living. They distill right away, right there. And I visited actually the farm in Utah in October of 2015, and I fell in love with their horses at first. And then I started looking around and noticed the beautiful land and the herbs, and it was absolutely beautiful. And the love and the passion that the workers there have for what they do was incredible. I loved visiting with them. And if you saw weeds, you saw people out in the fields with shovels picking them by hands. There are no chemicals sprayed, and I encourage you, anybody can go visit the farms, you guys, all over the world. So if you ever have the chance, I really encourage you to do that, because it will really change the way you look at a little bottle of oil. It's incredible. And we all know that we're not supposed to boil vegetables for a long time, right? Before we eat them. Because what happens? Yes. So with essential oils, it's a little bit like that. If you distill an essential oil too high and too quickly, you can lose a lot of the constituents, the benefits of that oil. So Young Living has mastered the distillation process, and essential oils must be distilled for the proper length. Every herb or whatever they're distilling has its separate time and the best time to harvest it, and it's just a science that is incredible. And for instance, most distillers distill lavender oil for about 15 minutes, but they did the research, and lavender essential oil, you have to distill it for an hour and a half at very low temperature, very low pressure, to get all of the constituents in that oil for an hour and a half. So when you distill it for 15 minutes, you get the aroma of the oil, but you really lose the benefits that the oil can give you. The testing is done by Young Living on site, and then they also do third-party testing to make sure that all the constituents are in the oils. And that is really important to me, because I always think of it this way, you guys. If you've ever been to an art museum and you see a beautiful painting by Leonardo da Vinci, let's say, I mean, imagine the hundreds of nuances of paint colors that are in that painting. Imagine if you take half of them out. What would you be left with? It wouldn't be close to what you just looked at, and it wouldn't be complete. And to me, an essential oil is like that. If you distill it the right way, you come up with a masterpiece like God created it. If you distill it or harvest it or do it the wrong way, you're not going to have that complete piece that it was created to be. So it's really, really an art to do it the right way. And essential oils can have hundreds and hundreds of constituents. And Kurt Schnaubelt, he is the brain in aromatherapy. He has a PhD, has written a few books. He estimates that 95% of the essential oils on the market today are actually adulterated oils. So we have to be careful at what we buy, and I believe that people don't buy oils. They buy the benefit that the oil can give them. You know, if you think about that. Because, you know, if you're just looking for an oil to sprinkle on the carpet or in the car, or, you know, put around the house so you get a good smell in the potpourri or something, that's one thing. But if you're really looking for the benefits that you can get out of that oil, you really want to do your homework, because they are not created equal. And I believe, you know, most people, if they think about that and know that, they want to spend their money and get what they pay for and get the benefits. I don't even know if I'm still on the right PowerPoint or not. Let's check. So there are aromas all around us, and they are so lovely. How many of you could right now say something that if you smell it, it would bring back a memory? Shout some things out.
Banana bread.
What's the banana bread memory?
My warm, nice kitchen.
Oh, you. It's you. I'm like, who said it? You down there.
Yeah.
So what do you think of if you think of banana bread?
Banana bread, like, it's something I make all the time for my kids. So when I think of banana bread and smell it, it's cozy and home.
Yeah. And you feel that when you smell it. Anybody else has a...
Fresh baked bread. It reminds me of my grandma because she always had it baking when we came over.
Oh, I love that. Somebody else? Yeah.
Alfalfa reminds me of the farm, or the fresh cut hay, the alfalfa and the hay.
And it
Reminds
can
me of the
take you
farm
right
when I was
there.
a kid growing up,
That's so
that
neat.
smell.
One more because I love this kind of stuff. Somebody else have a memory connect? Popcorn? What's the memory?
Family movie time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's amazing, right? How scents just can take us right back. It's really wonderful. When I smell, these are the oils, by the way, that are in our starter kit, but when I open these bottles up, you guys, it's like I think about the different parts of the world where these oils come from. And it's just like a journey to think where they have been, where they have grown, all the work that went into them, and it's just a really neat thing. We're gonna move into the oils right now, but I have a couple funnies for you. So you know you love oils when you insist that your husband is gonna use them, and if he refuses, you sneak some oil on him while he's sleeping. Who here has done that? And I know some of you have done it. There we go. Yeah, you thought of it. So some have done it, and some of you are thinking of doing it. All right. And then you know you love oils when you need to buy a bigger purse because you're running out of space for the bottles.
Yes.
Who is in that dilemma or has already? There we go. And then the last one, if you go on a trip, you spend more time trying to figure out which oils to take than what clothes you should be taking. There we go. So we know we have some oil lovers. So, hey, I'm on track with the PowerPoint and the notes. That's awesome. So there's 3 main ways to use the essential oils, you guys. The first one is diffusing them. And I have this little diffuser going right here, and I'm going to try not to spill it. You guys see it? There it is. It's, you know, we have so many different diffusers. There's quite a few differences. Some of them are, they have timers. Some of them you use distilled water and some tap water and the square footage that they cover. So there's a lot of difference within the diffusers, but we'd love to help you to figure out if you're trying to figure out which one is best for you. So they're really, really easy to fill. And for in here, I have 10 drops of lemon because it's such a big room. But usually I maybe put 4 drops in mine at home for just a regular, room size. And essential oils, when you diffuse them, they go into your lungs and then they enter the bloodstream and different organs that way. And when you smell them through your nose, they can actually very quickly get to your brain, and then they can support your nervous system, the endocrine system. They support happy emotions, and they can also support your respiratory system. I said that. Remember the days when you would have a stainless steel bowl with hot water, and then you do the towel thing, and so you don't have to do that anymore because you can actually sit right by the diffuser and breathe it in, and this is a lot more pleasant, I think. So you can diffuse the diffuser, or you can use the diffuser that way. And just a little side note, I think we have 3 guys here tonight. Women have better sense of smell than men do. It's proven. you can smell better. And something we all have in common is that we can smell better at night than in the morning.
Really?
Yep, and I don't know why that is, but I thought that's good. We have an evening class, so all of our sniffers should work really well. You can also apply the essential oils to your skin. Most of the oils you want to dilute when you apply them to the skin. It's just the flash off isn't as quick. You have a lower absorption rate for the oil, and you can apply it over a bigger area. You can also, if you have oils that might be a little bit on the hot side, it's better to dilute them. And for me, I like to put things on my skin that I would actually eat. I don't like to put things on my skin that I read the label and I don't know what it means. And not that I eat my lotions, you guys, but if I had to, I could do it. Let's put it that way. And essential oils love fat. They dissolve in fat. So when you put the essential oil on your skin, it absorbs into your skin very quickly. And a few minutes after you start diffusing an essential oil or you put it on your skin, you guys, it's actually already present in your cells. So it's really interesting how quickly they pass into your system. And then through the skin, they get into your lymph system, into your bloodstream, into the organs, the muscles, the tissue, and it's a pretty quick process. The feet, you guys, are a great place to put essential oils, and that's kind of nice when you don't like the smell of an oil or you're going out of the house and you don't want to smell like a certain oil. You can always put it on the bottom of your feet. And if you want to have increase the effect of the oil, you can warm up a hot towel, or you can warm up one of those flaxseed pillows and actually put something warm on top of the area where you applied the skin, and that will help it to intensify the effect of the oil. That makes sense? Okay. Never dilute an essential oil with water. If you get it on your skin and you got too much or something like that, or you got it in your eye, how many of you would normally, like I did, use water to try to wash it off? That will make it stronger. So water always makes the effect stronger of the oil. You want to add something fat. So a lotion or whatever you have handy, butter if you're in a bind, but put something on there that has fat in it, and that will dilute the oil. You can also use the essential oils internally, and
There's white.
Hmm?
Right in front of you.
wait, I'll be right back. Where did they go? Talk amongst yourselves. I don't know where it went.
What are you looking for?
Oh, my little baggie with the capsules. I brought some capsules, you guys, just to show you that you can take them internally. You can take them internally, and it usually, a drop goes a long way. Do your research, know exactly which oil you're taking, and I love that Young Living has the Vitality line. Those are approved to take internally, so you have the white label, so there's no guesswork on what you can take internally. And there's about 1 to 2% of essential oil in plant material, average. So you can imagine how much plant material it takes to get a bottle of essential oil this big or this big. So there is a lot, so go really slow. And you can use the Vitality line, you guys, to flavor your food instead of herbs. They last a lot longer. They're a lot more cost effective. They don't age. If you do it, I usually put a toothpick in here and then stir the toothpick and then try it. I don't do the dripping thing because we'll talk about that later, but you know how hard it is to get one drop sometimes. And if you drink essential oils in your water, don't use plastic because it'll break down the plastic. So only use stainless steel or glass with plastic. And who likes to drink out of a straw? Ooh, I think Nicole had her hand up first. I'll give you this is a stainless steel straw, you guys. Yeah? Oh, sorry.
Right by your plate. Where do you get those?
You can order them online. Yep. And so for those of you, I know there are some people that drink more through a straw. So you can order stainless steel straws to help you with that. So never use plastic. And the capsules that I talked about, they're available through Young Living, or you can buy them in a health food store. And remember that most essential oils are toxic to be taken internally. So you need to read the label and make sure that, I'm not talking Young Living oils, I mean
Thank you.
oils out on the market, most of them are toxic to be taken internally. So you want to be really, really careful picking up oils at the store or something like that and you think you can drink them. You need to read the labels, and that's what I love about the Vitality oils. And if you need more research, you guys, Abundant Health and Life Science has great books that you can check out and order. We are moving on. Peppermint. Are you ready? Okay.
I had a purpose down here. I wasn't just lounging.
She fell asleep, but she's back. Yeah. We're gonna start with peppermint, you guys. I'm not gonna read what is on the PowerPoint. Can you guys read this okay? You guys probably can't over there. Okay, so peppermint supports the digestive system. It promotes healthy bowel function. It creates a cool and refreshing sensation on the skin. It helps you wake up. You can apply it to your muscles. I wasn't gonna read this, but if you guys can't see it, I might have to kind of read the. Okay, perfect. You can use the Vitality or the regular oil, whatever it depends on what you're using it for. Now, do some of you wonder what the difference is between the Vitality peppermint and the peppermint in the regular bottle? Some of you wonder? You guys are also smart. There's no difference. There's no difference at all. The only reason that Young Living had to do this is because by law, a company is not allowed to label something for aromatic and topical use and for internal use. So those things have to be separate. Yep, they can't be on one label. So if it's for internal use, it can have usage for aromatic or topical and the other way around, okay? So you can't label it that way, so they came up with this brilliant idea to just make the bottles different and have one for internal use and one for topical and aromatic. Peppermint was the third most popular oil of 2016 for Young Living. A little interesting information. And it takes 1 pound of peppermint oil, you guys, to get a 15 ml bottle. And I don't really know how much peppermint that would be, but I can imagine a pound that would be quite a lot of material. So it's a lot. And for those of you who use peppermint extract, you guys, for cooking, all that is alcohol flavored with a peppermint extract that is usually chemical based. So you can use Young Living Vitality peppermint for that, and that is 4 times stronger than the extract. So you kind of adjust your baking or however you would use it accordingly. And you can actually, peppermint can help with food cravings. So if you get food cravings, you guys, it helps to maybe put peppermint in a glass of water and drink it, or take it internally. Yes?
Have you ever put it in your coffee?
I am not a coffee drinker.
Oh, that's right.
But do you?
Cocoa, hot chocolate.
It makes, well, you gotta stir it because the oil wants to.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds really good. If you can't wake up in the morning, you guys, peppermint is a really nice thing to use. If you have children that have homework, it really helps to diffuse peppermint because it helps with concentration. a drop of peppermint mixed with a carrier oil can be really, really nice to massage into your neck if you have a little kink in your neck or something like that. And it can, actually, according to the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, they reported that pre and post workouts are great to apply peppermint, and that your workout is actually easier, and you work harder when you apply peppermint or take it before, and you can apply it afterwards for sore muscles and things like that from exercising. And do not, well, I shouldn't say that. I have tried it, and I didn't care to put peppermint in my bath because it really cools you down, you guys. It wasn't a good experience. Let's just leave it at that. So we are moving on to lavender. Here's lavender, Teresa. Okay, lavender, you guys, was the most popular oil sold by Young Living in 2016. So of all the oils, it was lavender. They sold 31% more lavender in 2016 than they did in 2015. That's quite an increase. It's also one of the most adulterated oils on the market in the world. So it's very hard to find a true lavender oil when you buy it. It takes about 170 to 250 pounds of lavender to produce 1 pound of oil. And lavender is completely mild. It is so mild to use on animals, on babies and children, and on yourself. It's a very mild oil. And it's really, here's an interesting fact, you guys. It can energize people that are tired, okay? And we don't think of lavender in those terms, but if you use it in higher doses especially, it can be energizing for some people. About 1 out of 10 people actually gets energized by lavender. It doesn't calm them down. So if you're one of the 1 in 10 that diffuses lavender at night and it doesn't help you sleep, that's a good sign that you're one of them, and you might want to switch to something else. And for nervous people, it's calming. So it's really interesting how it can do both. Here's a support your sleep trick, you guys. You mix about 1 or 2 drops of lavender with just a little bit of a carrier oil, which is like a coconut oil or the Young Living V6 oil, and you massage the bottom of your feet before you go to bed. Or you can have your husband or your wife massage the bottom of your feet before you go to bed. That's even better. I think it works better that way, actually. Yeah. So that's a good little tip to do before you go to sleep at night. And one thing that I like to do, you guys, many of us go through the day all day long without stopping. It's a really nice habit to get into, and let's do it together. Just, sit down and relax and take a really deep breath. Just fill your lungs through your nose and just hold it for a few seconds. We should remember to do that a few times a day, you guys. It's kind of a reset button for our nervous system to get a break. And when you add an essential oil to that, like lavender, it can really increase that relaxation response. So maybe think about it like at 10, at noon, at 2, at 4. Just take 2 or 3 deep breaths like that. It only takes a few seconds, but it can really, really be nice for your nervous system.
And if you forget often, I know a guy who sets his alarm on his phone and just says breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we think about this as being something kind of like, oh yeah, that'd be nice to do. But if we really realize how the effect that that can have on our nervous system. It's kind of like rebooting the computer. You know, every once in a while you get the message on your cell phone, you need to shut it down and restart. It's kind of like that. So I would love it if you guys would get into the habit of just doing that for yourselves a few times a day, including me. Another tip is mascara. When you get a new mascara, add a drop or two of lavender oil to it. It supports healthy lashes, and it keeps your mascara nice and fresh and new. And I love doing that. I've been doing that for years, you guys. And who wants to come up and be a volunteer? Whoa, look at all the hands.
What do you need?
What is going to happen? I'm not telling. You got to come up and volunteer. Okay, right here. A hand for the volunteer. Yay! The brave soul. Where did the lavender go, guys? We have to chase down the lavender. So this brave lady, what's your name?
Alona.
Ilona?
Yep.
Ilona.
That's a Norwegian name.
My best friend in Germany, her name is Ilona. And
Spelled
I
with the
have
I?
never heard it over here. Yeah,
Yep.
I-L-O-N-A.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow. So, you guys, one way to use lavender, another way is, I will hold this for you, I will be your assistant. You can make your own bath salts so easily. All this is Epsom salt. Add about 6 drops of lavender oil. There you go, 7, 8, that works too.
Just keep going.
Yeah, you shake it up. Oh, hi. And that's it. You get to keep this. And is it lovely? And it's so cost effective and it's so simple. The Epsom salt will help your body detox and the lavender will help you relax. It's super easy to do, you guys.
No, that's a plastic jar that's in. That's
Yeah.
okay since you're not ingesting it.
That's true, but I order all of my containers from Abundant Health, and there's a PET plastic
Okay.
that is safe to use with essential oils, and that's what that is. So you can eat it.
Would you repeat that?
I'm just kidding. Don't. There's a PET plastic, you guys, that you can get on websites with companies that are working with essential oils, and that is safe to use with essential oils. So PET, like pet. PET. Yep.
So that's the name of
The plastic itself. Yep. Yep. We will move on, you guys, to lemon. Have you learned something so far?
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, here.
Do they still have, where's Sabrina go? She step out? Oh shoot, she's out there. If they still have those baby fruit jars, do they still have those glass ones?
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal way to reuse baby fruit jars.
Oh,
Or, yeah, good size. Or just canning jars, you know those canning jars that are short? So if you don't want to order them, you can just run to the store and get the canning jars. Unless you feel like eating applesauce out of a baby fruit jar, you could do that too.
Exactly, you could.
Those are a couple other glass options for you.
Yeah, good advice. And here, you guys, a little late, but here's the Epsom salt recipe. It's just 1 cup of Epsom salt, and then on here it says 10 drops. I usually do a little bit less, but however you like that. So it's so simple, and there's no need to pay a whole bunch of money for these bath supplements if you can do it yourself. We'll move on to lemon, you guys. That's called the Energizer, and oops, sorry, there it is. And lavender is the 4th most popular oil sold with Young Living in 2016.
Lemon is?
Lemon, sorry, yep. I'm just checking to make sure you guys are paying attention. It takes about 75 lemons, you guys, to make a 15 ml bottle of lemon oil. So if you think about it, how much is lemon? 10 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so think about that. You can't buy 75 organic lemons for 10 bucks. They did a study, and the facial expressions of people actually changed when lemon was diffused. And we're diffusing lemons, and look around. Everybody looks happy. So it's proof that it works. Lemon diffused actually helps the occasional blue feeling we can get living in a frozen tundra like Minnesota. So it's really, really nice to diffuse. And I have to admit, before I wrote this, I never have really diffused lemon by itself a lot. Do you guys? Yeah, it's like I always go to the fancier things, you know? But lemon is beautiful diffused by itself. It's so clean, and especially in the winter. I love it, and I'm just gonna start doing that because I really, really like that. Lemon oil supports the immune system, the circulatory system, the digestive system, the respiratory system. It's great to have in water. Again, especially citrus oils will break down plastics, so don't use them with plastic at all. It helps with clarity and with mood. And I love using lemon when I clean my home. You said tonight you use it in your window to wash windows, right?
Yeah. And actually today I cleaned my house on Mondays, and I grabbed a little container of baking soda and put a couple of drops of lemon oil on it, and I sprinkled it over my carpet and let it sit for a little while, and then I vacuum it up. So not only does it smell lovely, but then when you vacuum, it goes through your filter and you get to smell it as it comes through your vacuum cleaner too. So 2 for 1.
Very cool.
My wife wants to put lemon in her beer.
Oh, haven't tried that. Lula does?
I do, yeah.
Oh, you do? There we go. In how big of a beer? In how big of a beer? Just a, cool. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Also, if you guys ever make Play-Doh, homemade Play-Doh with your children or grandchildren, it's really fun to add lemon essential oil to the recipe because it just smells so good, and they get the benefits of aromatherapy while they're playing, which is really, really nice. And essential oils cut through grease and stains so much better than just about anything else you can buy. So if you have those stickers on glasses and gum stuck somewhere, or even sap from trees on your hands, or is Sabrina in here? No, she's not. She said someone came over the other day and they had something on their hands. I can't remember what it was, but
that stuff that you spray in cracks.
oh, that foam, that expanding foam. All of those things, you guys, try lemon. It'll take it right off. It works. Super glue? Yep. Yeah. So lemon is just great to have around in your kitchen. And of course, I love it in mineral water, actually. Lemon tastes really, really good in mineral water. And one trick, you guys, to support your immune system during the winter especially is put lemon on the bottom of your feet or the feet of your children. It really helps support your immune system. And it's so simple to do. It's just a great, great habit to get into. And now, you guys, we are going to talk about the number 2 spray. So, this is what you do. You put a few squirts of this in the toilet on top of the water before you go, not after. You do it before you go. And this is lemon oil, bergamot, orange. I put a drop of peppermint in there, and it has half a teaspoon of glycerin and water, and half a teaspoon of the vegetable glycerin and water. And you shake it up and you spray it on, and what happens is it builds a film. You're gonna make me laugh. It makes a film on top of the water that actually traps the vapor under the water. Does that make sense? Not of the essential oils. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. No, I'm good. Thank you. I think they all got it. So, Teresa, you want to draw a ticket? I have 2 of them to give away.
All right, 879418.
Do we need lights, you guys? Should we turn the lights on?
418 is the last numbers.
Betty? Yep.
Ding,
Betty!
ding, ding. Got a winner.
Okay,
And
one
the
more.
last 3 is 409. Woo, woo.
Nicole. Wow. Linda, you want to just look? So it's a really nice spray to do. I have it in the guest bathroom, and you know, you can make it cute and put a little sign there, you know, use it before you go and nobody will ever know, something like that. And it smells really, really good. So, yep, the recipe is, this was a 1 ounce bottle, you guys. Good question, Lisa. It's 10 drops of the lemon oil, 5 drops of bergamot, 5 drops of orange, and 2 drops of peppermint. A half a teaspoon of the glycerin, vegetable glycerin, and then just fill it up with water and shake it up before you use it, and just maybe 6 or 7 sprays should cover the water surface. Okay, done with that. All right. We're moving on. Copa Iba, you guys, is called the amplifier. This is one of my favorite oils, and I really urge you guys to do research on this oil because there is so much incredible information. It's amazing. It is supportive of just about every body system, and it is directly tapped from the tree. You can make a really good tasting tea with a teaspoon of honey and a drop of the Copa Iba in warm water and sip that. It actually tastes pretty good. And it just helps support balance in your body. It mixes great with peppermint or really any other oil. The reason they call it the amplifier is because it amplifies every other oil that you use with it. So I like to add Copa Iba to every oil really that I use, especially the more expensive oils. I like to add a drop of Copa Iba with it. And it's really great if you have occasional tension, a little bit of a stressful day. It's a very relaxing oil. It's great for your skin, you guys, really, really good for your skin. And like I said, it is high in alpha-humulene and alpha-caryophyllene, and those are things that are just you're going to come across when you research the oil. It's fascinating. So you guys, if you're like me, you want, let's say, 1 drop of Copa Iba, and you do this and 3 drops come out, or nothing comes out, and you stand there and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait, like it goes with a thicker oil. And then you have lemon, and you would like 1 drop and 5 drops come before you're ready to. Okay, so here's a little trick. If you look at your little cap that comes in, that's on top of your essential oil bottle, and there's no way to see this, but there is a little tiny dot or a little tiny hole when you look at it in the light on every one of these. Not the big one in the middle, there's a little tiny one. Okay, when you look for that, and here's a little trick that I do. I either put this hole by the label or I have it opposite of the label. And here it goes. The oils that are thicker, you want that little hole. I I place it so it's right above the name of the oil. So Cobaiba, for instance, is a thicker oil that takes a long time to come. You want that hole right at the bottom, okay? If you have an oil that's really thin like lemon, you want that little hole on the opposite of the label, okay? And it's a little bit, you know, it takes a little bit of work to set your bottles up like that, but it's worth it, especially with the more expensive oils like frankincense. You can save a lot of drops of oils throughout the year when you know that little trick. And if you have some oils that are, you know, kind of dripping